Picking the wrong one wastes your time. A graph takes more setup than a loop. If your task was simple, that extra setup was wasted. A loop is fast and simple to build, but a loop cannot branch. If your task needed a branch, that loop breaks. Right now, engineers cannot agree on which one to use. One popular reply put it simply: loops are graphs, but not every graph is a loop. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 3 questions. Answer them honestly about your own project and you'll know exactly which one you actually need. Then I'll show you exactly how to set up that loop or graph inside Claude Code, and I'll show you the one mistake almost every builder makes so you can avoid it. By the end, you won't be guessing anymore, you'll actually know. Here's how you actually decide. Not in theory, but for the exact thing you're building right now. Quick context first. A loop is your agent doing the same steps again and again until the job is done. A graph is different. You draw out the real map first with the exact boxes and arrows between them. That map lets the agent branch. It can also go back a step or run two things at once. One engineer described it well. Agents are moving from plain loops to something more like an org chart. Different parts do their own job, then they pass the work to each other. Now, 3 questions. Answer them honestly. Question 1. Are you doing this once or are you going to do it every single time, week after week? Let's say you are reaching out to one new client. Just one time, that's one off. But if you handle every new client the same way every time someone signs up, that's something you repeat, not a one off. Question 2. Does the work ever need to go a different way depending on what happens? Let's say you're writing content, checking it against your own rules and sending it back if it fails. That's branching. But if you just keep improving one piece until it's good enough with nothing to check and no separate path, that's not branching at all. Question 3. Do you need to see exactly which step broke when something goes wrong? Let's say you're storing through new leads, one of them turns out to be bad. You want to know exactly which step marked it as bad. That's a checkpoint you actually need to see. But if you only care about the final result and never the steps in between, you don't need that checkpoint at all. Here's the answer. If you said no to all three, stop right there. A loop is enough. It is simpler to build and easier to fix. If you said yes to even one of them, you actually need a graph, not because it's trendy, because your own project needs it. So how do you actually build either one right inside Claude Code? For a loop, there is a real command for it called /goal. You give it the condition you want and it just keeps working turn after turn until that condition is true. For a graph, Claude Code doesn't build graphs the way a tool like LangGraph does, but you can still build one practically. You can create a separate subagent for each job like researcher, a writer, or a verifier, whatever your job actually needs. Those are your nodes. Claude Code own agent teams feature can handle the order and its dependencies between them, though it is still experimental, so you need to turn it on first. Or you can just ask Claude Code to write you a script that spawns each subagent and coordinates them, including branching and checks along the way. That's the real practical version. Subagents are the pieces and Claude Code wires them together. So here's the honest part. Setting this up isn't a huge complicated thing. This is getting so much attention because a few well-known people in AI keep tweeting about it. That's it, and that's just my own take. Now here's the mistake almost every solo builder makes. It's reaching for a graph before you actually need one. There is a real line going around right now that says it best. Don't graph engineer your grocery list. Here's what it means. Let's say your job really is just one task and it doesn't branch. There is also nothing to check in the middle. So drawing out a whole map for it just adds setup time and more pieces that can break for nothing. Even the engineers who actually build these graphs say the same thing. Every box inside a graph is still a small job. Building a graph doesn't throw loops away, it just connects several of them together. So build the plain loop first and add the map only once your own work actually needs it. So here is the whole thing again quickly. Ask yourself 3 things. Does the work repeat? Does it branch? Do you need to see exactly where it's broken? Any yes means you need a graph. All no means a loop is already enough. Whatever you pick, start simple. Add the map only when your work actually needs it. Not because it's trending this week. So the exact questions are in the free guide. You can run them against your own project without pausing this video. Links in the description. Tell me in the comments, loop or graph, which one did you land on for the things you're actually building right now? Subscribe for more AI breakdowns like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.